Welcome back to MAGE. I'm Sean,
I'm Chris.
and this is a One Piece theory discussion video.
Yeah.
So we're up to chapter 958, right?
Yeah, 959's next week.
Okay.
We've been holding on to this one for a while.
Yep.
This is brought to you by Jujon entirely.
Thank you.
No.
So when 957 dropped, the Big Rocks chapter, Ultimate, everyone had a lot of theories. Everyone was milking it to end all be all. But I haven't seen this one yet.
We haven't seen it at all, actually, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, it's out there.
There was one mention of him. We did actually bring it up in our reaction as we went through it immediately, but yeah, we haven't seen anyone else talk about this subject.
Yeah, Luffy's mum's a celestial, and there's not a lot of backstory on Dragon yet.
Yeah,
He's still a very vague character, even though we're almost 1,000 chapters in. So we have come to a speculation, kind of like
we're
agreement.
here to talk about Luffy's parents.
Yeah. So 957, Garp teams up with Roger to protect the celestial dragons and their slaves from the rocks
at God Valley.
At God Valley. Now, at this point in time, this is 38 years ago from the main story. Dragon is 55 in the current main story.
Yeah.
That makes him 17. That's whose age when they started off in their pirate journey?
That's every young pirate so far.
Luffy, Ace.
Yeah.
So that
Sabo
would stand to
tried set
reason.
sail a little earlier than that, but it didn't go well.
With Garp, trying to force Ace and Luffy into becoming a Marine. And there has been a lot of speculation that Dragon was a former Marine or CP agent.
Yeah.
We think, potentially, Dragon could have been there.
Yeah. So there's a few ways that he could have been there. One was like, as Garp said, he's like captain or some sort of recruit on the Marine forces that were sent.
Yeah, on Garp's ship,
Yeah,
potentially,
exactly.
And it can, or he could have been, a world government spy at this point. You never know.
Yeah.
Luffy and Ace were like crazy for 17-year-olds.
There's a lot of like
Dragon's been hyped up to be like the world's most wanted man, so he's like he could even be even stronger at this stage.
That's the one line that got us in this chapter thinking about Dragon, because these guys are the most wanted pirates that got revealed. Roger, Whitebeard, 4 emperors, but they said these are the biggest pirates. They didn't say anything about revolutionaries.
Yeah,
Dragon's the most wanted man
in the world. That just stands to reason that he's way higher than, Roger.
Yeah.
Which is actually insane.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Back to the theory. You want to go for this part?
Yeah. So our discussion has led us to believe, or at least think, that Dragon could have met Luffy's mother during or before the God Valley incident, or plenty of time after, because he had another 19 years between God Valley and Luffy's birth.
Yeah. So how this comes about is where with Dragon, he would have been 36 when Luffy was born. Right?
Yeah. Yes,
Roughly
yes.
in that area. That's 19 years after the God Valley incident. 24 years from the current story, so where we are in Wano right now, Roger was executed.
Yep.
Dragon was there.
Yep.
Strapping his cloak.
He already had the look.
He had the look. We don't know if he was against the world government at that point. Could have been an agent. Could have still been with the Marines, potentially.
He's still got
You never
that
know.
look.
He's still got that look, though. And then Luffy was born 5 years after Roger's execution.
Yeah.
So the God Valley incident was 14 years before Roger's death.
So this incident is extremely important because, well, starting off with Garp. Garp hates celestial dragons. Doesn't get promoted because then he's under their direct control. If Dragon was involved in the God Valley incident, and he saw celestial dragons, slaves, and how they were dealing with other people, this is like a huge no from Garp and his side of the family.
Yeah,
pretty
exactly.
much.
So he's already influenced by Garp to not like the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah, pretty much.
And, this whole, with Garp and Roger fighting against the Rocks pirates, which included a crap ton of, now to be Yonkos.
Big names.
Garp couldn't have done anything to actually protect the Celestial Dragons.
Yeah.
So I'd assume he would have sent, if Dragon was there, speculation, all of this, he would have sent Dragon to go pick up the Celestial Dragons from the island and then take them away on a voyage, somewhere safe with the slaves.
Evacuation. Get them out, lads.
Yeah, and these voyages, they take time.
Of course.
From island to island, can take weeks, sometimes months, depending on where you're going.
We don't really see it too much in One Piece because we come in at the start, so we kind of skip the travel time. But, there's a bit of that. Traveling around the world, after all. But, so our theory focuses on Luffy meeting, or at least... Not Luffy. Dragon meeting Luffy's mother at some point, either during or indirectly after...
The God Valley. So she could have been there.
Yeah.
Presumably a little younger. She could have been, and then they have a relationship that builds up over time. Because you got to remember, Luffy's not born for another 19 years from this point. Which, that's ample time for a relationship to develop.
Yeah, definitely.
And especially if Dragon is a Marine...
Yeah.
Or if he's a CP agent who gets assigned to Celestial Dragons, he can definitely...
Exactly.
And if Luffy's mother is a Celestial Dragon, can definitely go, develop a relationship over the next 19 years while he's protecting them all around the world kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. And, it's not even... he could also be assigned as a bodyguard, because Tenryubito usually do that.
Yeah, exactly. Look at Kuma.
Exactly. That's bad, man.
So, after they've met, they've had some time to talk, potentially, of course. Dragon... No, Luffy's mother could have been a lower-ranking Celestial Dragon. Yeah. So, we know there's tiers among the Celestials.
Yeah, for example, Doflamingo, and currently, in present time, the Alabasta Kingdom has pretty much been stripped.
Yeah, exactly.
Their ranking. They were once up there.
And she could have been a lower-ranking Celestial Dragon, maybe even a slave, maybe not, but we're going to go with the Celestial Dragon theory.
For now.
But, what was I going to say?
So, pretty much, they develop their relationship, and whenever they can, they start seeing each other over this period of time. So, this is, as we mentioned earlier about the God Valley, Dragon and possibly Luffy's mom at this point have noticed how the Celestial Dragons treat people. I mean, it might be an eye-opener for one to see them from a different perspective for Luffy's mom. But when you do see that and see how the rest of the world is acting, which, again, God Valley, not in a good environment for Celestial Dragons that we know of, until we know more about the island. Is it their origination place or something like that? That's them in the real world.
And this could... lead Luffy's mother to not like that part about her.
Pretty much.
And
similar to Sabo.
Yeah, exactly. How Sabo hates being born as a noble.
Exactly.
That could generate from Luffy's mother, which is why Dragon took such a liking to Sabo in the first place.
Exactly. So it's very much a kind of mirroring of exactly what you said when Dragon picks Sabo up, you look very familiar. Yeah. I know you. Kind of thing.
So, with the timeline again, Dragon being, at the time of Roger's death, Dragon was 36.
Yeah.
No, that's Luffy's born. 36.
Luffy's born around 36. Dragon age.
That's
Dragon
right.
age.
So, Luffy's born around Dragon's 36th, year. That means either, one, Luffy's mother was taken by the world government.
Yeah.
We'll get to the reason why in a sec. Or she was killed after Luffy, was born.
Which we don't really know because nothing has been said about this.
Nothing.
At all.
1,000 chapters in almost and nothing.
But again, if Dragon has love of a Celestial Dragon and they find out, the Celestial Dragons find out about a relationship between her and someone not a Celestial Dragon who's also
A D.
A D.
God's sworn enemy.
That's definite a no.
Yeah, like imagine, this scenario. She's suddenly pregnant.
Yeah.
People have found out between Monkey D. Dragon and Luffy's mother, the Celestial
That
Dragon.
marine bodyguard they were with for so
God's
long.
sworn enemy
Yeah.
has now been, now carries the devil child.
Yeah. So there's stuff like that, and just so kind of like Doflamingo's family, how as soon as Doflamingo and Alabasta, as soon as they left, their status was stripped. As soon as they find out that a Celestial Dragon, as a kid with not a Celestial Dragon, she's just either going to be made an example of,
Exactly.
or she's just going to be like extremely cut off. And Celestial Dragons being what they are, it's kind of the first option.
Yeah. And especially at this point, because this would have had to been around the time Dragon was either turned into a revolutionary or just becoming or already a revolutionary.
Yeah.
Just how the timeline kind of links up.
This definitely opens up a bigger discussion about the revolutionaries in general. Like, obviously they span so much, but how did Dragon really found it? When did he found it?
Why did he find it?
Yeah.
And this could actually be the reason why, because, they took away his, the love of his life,
Yeah.
almost killed his son. That's enough to go against the world.
And then on top of that, he sees
doesn't-
how they treat the rest of the people.
He sees how they treat... He
Sees
probably
they have
didn't even
slaves.
like that already.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all this toppling. He's like, all right, I'm strong. Let's do this.
Yeah.
And he just starts from there.
I like the Armstrong there.
Yeah. So we came to the conclusion that, Celestial Dragons potentially have a law that doesn't allow them to, date people from the D family.
Yeah.
Because they're, God's sworn enemy, and it goes against everything they believe in.
Exactly.
And, that will probably lead to death, most likely, or capture and torture.
Which only enforces Dragon's, like, revolutionary army's morale, essentially.
Yeah, exactly.
But, yeah. This theory is, like, generally very open, because we don't really have a time frame of... Well, for starters, what exactly happened on God Valley and who was there. The second one is Revolutionary Army. What do we know about them?
Nothing.
Dragon, Ivankov, Sabo, Koala. That's about it.
Yep, that's it.
We don't really know what they can do, but there's nothing... That being said, that we don't know, there's nothing really stopping this from happening. Like, this is a very clear motivator for someone like Dragon to actually take on a revolutionary position for the rest of the world.
Yeah. This could be the reason why, Luffy never knew his mother.
Yeah.
Because she's either been dead since he was born or captured.
And Tenryubito would want this to get out. No. Can you imagine Big News Morgan's getting this news?
Luffy, Will of D, and Celestial Dragon.
What a combination.
Literal royalty.
Pretty much. I think, I don't know, there's so much that you could probably talk about just with the God Valley incident alone. Like, could this have been when the Celestial Dragons got a Straw Hat, which is why it was Emu with one? Or you saw the other theory the other day?
Oh, there was a theory going around today, actually, from Mr. Morj. I hope I'm not butchering that. That the Straw Hat potentially is Uranus.
Yeah.
You should actually go watch that.
We'll put a link in the
description.
description.
We'll put a link in the description. It's really good, really informative.
So many
Highly
good-
recommend that one.
Yeah, so many good theories.
I don't know. It's great.
I don't know, but it's just fun to talk about it in general. Like, yeah.
But yeah, Luffy's mum being a Celestial Dragon, I think there's it's not like solid evidence, but there's a lot of implications leading to this.
Yeah.
Because of how Dragon has been shown throughout the story.
Exactly.
And how, like, he had to have been a Marine.
And how secretive it's really all been. Like, I don't know. The characters' parentage is usually important in anime.
Yeah.
But for Luffy to only meet his father once and his mother have never been spoken of.
Yeah. It's just like...
Something's up there.
Something's really... So, it's a world secret that no one wants out.
Yeah.
And could quite be that she's a celestial dragon. Luffy's a celestial dragon by default.
He won't like that.
You know,
Yeah.
but it's just, you know, maybe that's why Garp never told him.
Oh, yeah. If Garp knew,
Just doesn't want that side. And then, you know, we all know that Garp, like, hammers the Marine thing. Like, get into the Marines, you know, Ace and Luffy.
Yeah.
It just stands to reason that Dragon was in the Marines or a Cypher Pole agent, and this is how he met her.
Yeah.
Just,
Like,
I don't know, it all kind of just matches.
Yeah. There's nothing saying that Dragon wouldn't be a Marine.
Yeah.
Like, if Garp's... Unless... Because Dragon turned really early that he was a revolutionary, and that's why Garp's trying to hammer it in, but it still doesn't work. I don't know.
No, but it just... Even if he's earlier revolutionary, I feel like they would have just stamped him out straight away.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like 17-year-old Ace and Luffy, they're strong as hell.
Yeah. But they've
grown. But like, they're strong, but they're like... They're not Admiral strong kind of thing, and they're really easy to kind of just stamp out if you are looking at it enough.
If you put enough admirals there.
Yeah. And it's just like, you know, if Dragon, which could essentially be, you know, power level of of Luffy,
Yeah.
you know, at the end of the story,
Yeah. It's
which could be in the mid-30s, about the time when Luffy was born, you know,
Yeah.
very powerful man. You know, he's a lot harder to kill now. Could definitely have turned in that time to become a revolutionary, and the snap could have been them killing the mother.
Yeah. For sure. Not even... Yeah. Like, obviously, that's a huge point, but... I don't know. The Monkey D. Luffy family, has always been, like, in search of freedom.
Exactly.
Like, Garp doesn't want to be controlled by celestial dragons.
Garp is a marine and a pirate. That is what Garp is.
Pretty
Garp
much.
is a pirate.
Does
but
what he wants.
A good pirate. That's exactly what Garp is. Luffy's a pirate.
And all he
but
cares
a good pirate.
about is freedom, like being free and letting other people be free as well. That's why every time he gets to a new island, he needs to liberate it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, every time he gets to a new island, there's always something going on.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's like, oh, I guess I'll liberate it.
Yeah, my territory now.
Yeah.
And then Dragon, obviously, Revolutionary Army, feels the same way, but maybe even more so in some areas, because he's starting something bigger than just himself.
You know, he would have seen, especially if he worked in the Marines or Cypher Pole, he would have seen some real bad stuff, especially with the Celestials and not revolutionists, Celestials and slaves and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And then just, you know, Luffy's mother being the turning point to snap him over the edge.
Yeah.
To really take this big vendetta against the world government. I think it's quite possible.
I don't know about you, but I cannot wait until we hear about more Revolutionary Army stuff.
I want a Dragon backstory already.
I want to know what kind of powers he's got. That wind at Logtown can't be a coincidence.
No, it's not a coincidence. Every time he shows up, he has wind.
Yeah, I know.
Every time. Hurricane no me.
Yeah, something weird. Except it'll be a Logia. He's always spinning.
Yeah. Anyway, I think that pretty much covers it for this one.
I think so.
We did go on a bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
But, you know,
We got off
discussion
topic,
videos,
but
what can you do?
That's the fun of One Piece, man. You got to enjoy it and just talk about this stuff. Doesn't matter how ridiculous it sounds.
Anyway, that's it for the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let us know down below what you thought of our theory. And if you've got any other ones, we'd love to read them.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
Yeah, we'll see you next time. Well, next week for One Piece.
Yes. Thank you guys very much for watching. Catch you later.